Could sitting in a hot room actually change your brain health? In Finland, sauna is not a rare spa day. It is closer to everyday life. After following people for decades, researchers found that frequent sauna use may be more than just relaxation. Today we will walk through the numbers, the limits, and the easy misunderstandings. First, the background. Finland is known for a strong sauna culture. Many people get repeated heat exposure every week, which made long-term tracking more practical for scientists. That does not mean the same result applies automatically to every country. Still, it gives useful clues about the link between heat, the heart, and the brain. Here is a key study. Middle-aged Finnish men were followed for nearly 20 years. Researchers compared men who used the sauna once a week with those who used it 2 to 3 times, and those who used it 4 to 7 times a week. The more frequent groups had lower rates of dementia and Alzheimer's disease diagnoses. In adjusted analyses, the 4 to 7 times group is often cited as having about a 65% lower risk of Alzheimer's disease. Why does that number get so much attention? Because the follow-up was long. This was not a 2-day experiment. It looked at habits over years. Then later diagnoses. Even after adjusting for age, alcohol, body mass, blood pressure, smoking, diabetes, and cholesterol, the association remained. Other large observational studies that included women also pointed in a similar direction: more frequent sauna use, lower diagnosis rates. But association is not the same as causation. So why might heat help the brain? First, the cardiovascular system. Sauna can raise heart rate and widen blood vessels, producing a response that resembles light aerobic activity. The brain is sensitive to blood flow. If the heart and vessels work more stably over time, that may also support brain health. Second, inflammation and cellular stress responses. Repeated heat exposure may lower some inflammatory signals or stimulate heat shock proteins that help protect cells. Alzheimer's disease involves abnormal protein buildup, inflammation, and vascular factors. One idea is that heat touches parts of those pathways. The mechanism is still an active research area. Third, mental health. Whole body hyperthermia, where core temperature is raised on purpose and then allowed to cool, has been studied for depression symptoms. In one trial, mood scores improved for weeks after a single controlled heat session. Everyday sauna is not identical to a lab protocol, but both raise the same question: can carefully used heat influence mood and the nervous system? In real life, people ask how often and how. The pattern that stood out in the data was regularity, several times a week, more than rare marathon sessions. We will not prescribe a specific temperature or duration here. Safe ranges depend on fitness and medical conditions. There are real risks. Sauna right after drinking alcohol is dangerous. Dehydration, dizziness, and low blood pressure can increase. Unstable heart disease, feverish infection, and pregnancy can make heat exposure unsafe. People with chronic illness and older adults should talk to a doctor first. Sauna does not replace exercise, sleep, blood pressure care, or quitting smoking. There are also traps in interpretation. Observational studies cannot fully prove that frequent sauna users were not already healthier. In other ways, results centered on Finnish cohorts should be applied carefully elsewhere. The most honest sentence is this: we cannot declare that sauna definitely prevents Alzheimer's. But repeated studies show an interesting link between regular heat exposure and brain and mood health. To sum up, long Finnish data connect several weekly sauna sessions with lower rates of dementia and Alzheimer's diagnoses. Leading explanations include cardiovascular effects, inflammation, heat shock responses, and mood pathways. Limits and personal risks still matter. Sauna is not a drug, but it may be one lifestyle piece next to sleep and exercise. If this helped, please like and subscribe. Thank you for watching. This video is general information based on publicly discussed research and reporting. It is not medical advice. It does not replace prevention, diagnosis, or treatment of disease. For health decisions, please consult a qualified medical professional.